wonderful people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your comments. Please, if you are new to this channel and you are here to subscribe, kindly touch on the subscribe button to subscribe, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to be notified whenever I upload new video. In today's tutorial, we are going to be making an off shoulder princess bustier. So I will be cutting out up shoulder from princess bustier with peplum. So let's get started. Okay, I'll be making use of this fabric. This fabric is 2 years. So I will cut the back side first. So I will fold my fabric into two. Mark out my zip allowance. I'll be using 1.5 inches for zip allowance. So I will mark out 1.5 inches for zip allowance. Connect the line with my ruler. So this is it, zip allowance. I will take shoulder to half length measurement, 16 inches. I'll be adding 1 inch. I'll be adding 1 inch for joining allowance. So making it 17 inches. I will still mark this out. From the zip line, I will take my shoulder measurement. The shoulder that I'm working with is 16 inches. Divided by 2 will give us 8 inches. Still place my tape. Mark out 3 inches for shoulder slope. So where I mark shoulder measurement, I will go down here by 1 inch. Then from this 1 inch, connect it to this 3 inches. This is for shoulder slope. From this 1 inch, I will take my armhole measurement. The armhole that I'm working with is 18 inches. Divided by 2 will give us 9 inches. Here is 9 inches. So I'll connect this line. Still mark it down like this. Okay, to get my armhole curve, in case you don't have armhole curve, you divide this armhole measurement by 2. So this is 9 inches. Divided by 2 will give us 4.5 inches. So here is 4.5 inches. From this edge, go in by 1.5 inches. Then connect from this 4.5 inches down to this 1.5 inches. This is it for my armhole curve. I will take my bust measurement. 42 divided by 4 will give us 10.5. That's 10.5 inches. I'll add 2 inches for seam allowance. Waist is 35 inches. Divided by 4 will give us 8.7. For the back side, I will add 1 inch for that, 2 inches for seam allowance. So I'm going to connect from my bust measurement down to my waist measurement. So I will cut this out. I don't need to measure out neck lenses. I'm going to cut up shoulder from this. So I will go ahead and cut this out. Okay, this is it for the back side of this up shoulder peplum top. This is it. So I will cut the front side. Now, so I will cut the center front side first. So I will still fold my fabric into two. I'm cutting the center front first. So see where my measurement is starting from. Remember, this is where my measurement is starting from. I will take my half length, 16 inches. I'll be adding 1 inch for joining allowance, making it 17 inches. So this is it. I also mark out shoulder to bust measurement, 12 inches. Shoulder to bust measurement, 12 inches. So this is shoulder measurement divided by 2, 16 inches divided by 2 will give us 8 inches. So I also mark out 3 inches for shoulder slope. Where I mark shoulder measurement, I will go down by 1 inch. So I will still connect from this 1 inch to this 3 inches. This is for my shoulder slope. So this is it. So from this shoulder slope, I will measure out 3 inches for the center front armhole. So here is 3 inches. So where I mark my shoulder to bust measurement, 12 inches, I will go up by 3 inches. This 3 inches up here is shoulder to upper bust. Before your shoulder to bust measurement, I also from this place, from shoulder to bust measurement, measure out 3 inches down. So how to get this measurement? You take your shoulder to upper bust measurement and shoulder to under bust measurement. So this is it. And the bust to bust measurement I'm working with is 8 inches. That's nipple to nipple point is 8 inches. Divide by 2, since our fabric is folded into 2, divide by 2 will give us 4 inches. I will then add seam allowance. I'm using half inch for seam allowance, making it 4.5 inches. So I'm going to mark this 4.5 inches down to my half length. So I will connect with my ruler. So I'm going to curve this from these 3 inches that I mark here down to this place. Is it curve? Like this. So I will go ahead and cut this out and also notch this 3 inches here, shoulder to bust measurement, and this upper bust measurement. So this is it. So I will still use this to cut out the two sides. For the two sides, I will still fold my fabric into two. So you can see my fabric is folded into two. I will mark out breast curve 2 inches plus ½ inch for seam allowance, making it 2½ inches. So I'm going to mark a straight line here. This is it. Now I will get the front place it on top like this. So it will stop at this 2½ inches line that I marked here. So here is my half length. This is my half length. I place this center front on top of this fabric that is folded into two. Then from this place, still mark out my half length. So I will still mark out the places that I notch. This is under bust, shoulder to bust measurement, and upper bust measurement. I will take my armhole measurement. 18 inches divided by 2 will give us 9 inches. So I will mark a straight line like this. Still connect this side. I will still cut out my armhole cuff. So I will take my bust measurement from this one that I placed on top. The bust I'm working with is 42 inches divided by 4 will give us 10 and a half. I will take my seam allowance 2 inches. I will take my waist measurement, divide by 4, that's 35 inches divided by 4 will give us 8.7. I'll still take my seam allowance. Now I'm going to connect from bust down to waist measurement. So this is it. Then cut this from here. Trace it like this. Then remove this. So from this shoulder to bust point, this is where I mark my bust point. I will from up here curve it a little to this place. Then from here, this shoulder to under bust. So this is it. I will go ahead and cut this out. This is it for the two sides. So it's after joining this now that we'll cut out the up shoulder. So this is how I'm going to join this. This is the right side. This is the right side facing towards the right side. So this point here, place it on top of this place that I notched, these 3 inches that I measured down here. So this is how I'm going to stitch. I will place this point here, stitch it like this, reach here, stitching it like this. We'll be shifting it this way and still repeat the same thing on this side. Then after that, I will then cut out the up shoulder. So this is it. I've joined them up. For the up shoulder, I will be minusing 5 inches from my shoulder. Still mark out 5 inches this side. Use my ruler, mark a straight line. You can minus more than this, it depends on what you want. So this is it. I'm going to cut this out. So here is it. I will still repeat the same thing on this back side. It's either I place this on top of the back side or still minus 5 inches. So I will minus 5 inches. Here is 5 inches. Mark a straight line. Still place this armhole side to be sure that they are equal. Okay, this is it. So I'll cut this out. So this is for the back side. And this is for the front side. The sleeve, I will fold my fabric into 2. The round sleeve that I'm working with is 14 inches divided by 2 will give us 7 inches. I'll add 2 inches for seam allowance. So I'll be minusing 4 inches to get my sleeve length, and the sleeve length I'm working with is 10 inches. So I'll be adding 2 inches for folding allowance. So I'm going to slant this like this. So I'll cut this out. Still use this one. Place it on top of the fabric and cut out the second sleeve. So still fold into 2. Place this on top of my fabric to cut out the second sleeve. Okay, this is for the 2 sleeve. I will fold the hemline. Turn here with bias, and also turn this back neckline with bias. Turn the front side with bias also. For the peplum, I will fold my fabric into 2 first. I will fold into 2 like this. I will then fold it again, making it into 4. As you can see, my fabric is folded into 4. You can also divide your waist measurement by 4 and measure it out like this. So mine, I'm going to divide my waist measurement by 6.28. 35 divided by 6.28 will give us 5.5. So I'm going to measure out 5.5 from this edge. So I'll place my tape like this. Measure 5.5 round this place. connect. This is it. And the length of the peplum that I will be cutting out is 8 inches. To get what you'll be cutting out, you minus your half length from your top length. So the top length that I'm working with is 24 inches. I will then minus my half length, which is 16 inches from it, giving us 8 inches. So I'm going to measure out 8 inches here. I'll be adding half inch for joining allowance. So I will measure out 8.5 inches here around this place. Open up only one side, so it will be like this. This is it. So I will go to my machine and turn this hemline with bias. Okay, this is it. I turn the hemline with bias. This is the two sleeves. This is the back side, and this is the front side. So I'm going to close the two sides up. So all I need to do now is to take my bust measurement, divide by 2, and also take my waist measurement, divide by 2, and close the two sides up before attaching the peplum side to it. So I will first of all close the two sides up. This is it. I've joined the back side and the front side together. Next thing is to attach this peplum to it. So I'm going to place it like this, right side facing towards the right side, like this. Stitch it round this place. It will fall over like this. For the sleeve, it will still be right side facing towards the right side. Place it like this, stitch it down, turn it, and also stitch like this. Stitch it down. After that, I will insert zip. This is it. This is it. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Please, if you're here to subscribe, kindly touch on the subscribe button to subscribe, and also click on the notification bell to enable you get a notification once I upload new video. See you guys in my next tutorial. Love you guys. Bye.